And a good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever may be the case, wherever you are on this planet called Earth, this nutty time we're living in. With here in Montreal, there's no lack of this crap, which more than ever, after taking these buses almost 16 horrible years, at least I come to appreciate that. At least it seems to be most drivers seem to be driving them accordingly. That is to say, to be nice and easy on the brake and gas, because of all the jostling if you step too hard on the brakes and the gas. It's very annoying. Kind of reminds me of when my dad borrowed, my late father, he borrowed one time his girlfriend's Honda Civic. She bought like a 93 Honda Civic, I think. Nice, beautiful metallic green hatchback. Great cars, but man, when we went on that service road to go on the 13 from Wayne, but every freaking terrible ride, horrible. Anyway, there's the BMW with the identity crisis. Speaking of things that have changed, oh, speaking of things that have changed, here we go. The CAA, which used to always buy Chevrolets and GMCs and Fords probably. Now they've also gone down the Toyota way, because unfortunately North America still can't make good cars. Even if it's pickup trucks, even that is questionable, unfortunately. So anyway, we're on the corner here of Rue Côte Sainte-Catherine, not Sainte-Catherine Street downtown or in my area. Sainte-Catherine looking kind of east, looking down there, looking west kind of, and then down here is the beginning and end of Rue Laurier. But there's no street signs. Highly recommend, if you come to Montreal, you love old houses and architecture, you come walking down here or take a drive even if you can. It's funny how, generally I make these videos basically out of circumstance, right? Because again, if you've never really seen my videos before, I am visually impaired since birth. I love cars. I love cars, trucks, buses, especially the old ones. I'm an artist of them. I make models of them. I make videos of them. I used to even write articles about them, but I can't drive them legally. I'm visually impaired, so yeah, I'm forced to walk a lot. Anyway, look at that beautiful view. I thought actually of doing just a walking video, walking down here straight on Laurier, and actually even now as I'm talking, it's kind of tempting. But I do so many walking videos as of late, often on main streets, commercial streets, because that's where you're more likely to see emergency vehicles responding. But like these signs are not too high, I can actually see them, right on. So I think what we'll do for a change, I think we'll walk down a block. And you know me, I like to zigzag. You go right, go left. Oh, sorry, go right ahead. Go ahead. My bad, Mr. Tesla. Yeah, Mr. Tesla. Of course, in the Plateau Montreal district where I'm pointing, and the Mile End, which is next to this. The Mile End, of course, is west of Saint Laurent, and the Plateau Montreal is west of Saint Laurent. So, and unfortunately, I hate to say that, since I think a week ago or more, ever since I decided to move my fridge because I thought it might have been broken, which is a really bad idea. So yeah, basically the hernia that I had operated on several years ago, not the one I had operated on last year, okay, the one I had operated years ago, so the pain is coming back now slowly but surely. You can count it. I'm probably going to have to get another operation, which of course will be the fucking third operation, for crying out loud. Anyway, we're gonna forget about the negative and accentuate the positive, and it is, like I said, it's a gorgeous day today. It's about 5-6 degrees Celsius, and yeah, these people were nice enough actually to let me use the can. They're a nice place, fitting of a very upper middle class area, very Outremont here. This is the Outremont sector, you can tell by those rounded street signs, and yeah, it's very affluent and old French money and so forth. And then of course a lot of Hasidic Jews live around here. Of course they don't go to these cafes though. Here's Rue de l'Épée, which is, I always call it jokingly, the sword. What I wanted to do is I wanted to actually walk down one of the side streets here, walking southward with the sun all well up on the buildings. But those buildings there, those side streets, they actually stop, because Côte Sainte-Catherine is just the next street parallel to this, or so to speak. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this street right here. I'm going to go make a right here, or whatever. I don't remember what street this is, and we'll just I don't know, maybe make it right after that. Maybe we'll go back, we'll go down Park Avenue maybe a bit too. So this battery runs out, it's fine. I've got another spare there. It's not full, but whatever. All right, let's see here. We're gonna make a left here. Oh, there's, my God, you know, there's so many vintage elevators in this part of town alone I've never seen, because almost all the freaking buildings are old, ancient, like these. I mean, all these, look, they're all really old. Oh yeah, that's right, Rue Kerbe, right? Kind of spelled like Quebec, Q-E-U-E, Kerbe. Curbs, as the English call it, curbs. Anyway, we're gonna walk on the curb here with the CURB. Nice kind of French doors there. What's that? Oh. What did I turn around for? It's just a Mercedes G-Wagon. It's funny, that's about the only car I really don't like, but I love the sound of that V8 engine. It's a funny thing, actually. Yeah, look at that beautiful balcony. Look at that detail in it, the rounded wrought iron style there. I don't make stuff like that, you know? I don't make stuff like that anymore. Oh, stupid hernia, shit. And now it's hurting me because I was walking uphill, literally like a steady incline all the way from Laurier metro station. You know, actually, this reminds me, I did a walk-in video actually last winter in this neighborhood. I think not far from here. I know I passed Du Rocher Street, Du Rocher. So, yeah. Yeah, that line I said before about, boy, this is a busy sidewalk. Let's get off here. There's a jazz song I heard before. I just finished a painting I was working on for about I don't know, almost a couple of weeks, of a friend of mine's 70 Cadillac with an old Phoenix gas station in the background. And I was listening, I noticed that doing that painting, listening to a lot of old vintage classic jazz really, especially if it's instrumental, really helps me to stay focused and keep going. I don't know, there's something about the rhythms of jazz music. You know, like I love oldies, classic rock and all that funk and all that stuff, but there's something about jazz, instrumental music, particularly. Oh, and one of the things I do like about this part of the town, Outremont, it's not that it's very affluent and a very expensive place to live, but I like the town of Mount Royal. They have these green lampposts. It's neat. I like it. Yeah, so we're gonna make a right over here, and I'll go towards friggin' Avenue du Parc. Where are we here? Where's the sign here? Où est la pancarte là? Oh, okay, it's over there. I can't see anything here. Where are you going, buddy? Land Rover, eh? I always think that Land Rover looks like it got pancaked on us, frankly. Oh, look at this. We're at good old Fairmont Street. Famous for what? My God, you're not from Montreal if you don't know what Fairmont is famous for. It's famous for bagels, baby. And of course, I have a bagel like every day, but at Tim Hortons, because there's only one Fairmont bakery. And anyway, so oh my lordy. Wow, this woman is a real trooper. She's got like 3 kids in that car. 3 of them. 3 of them. Would I even have the patience for one? Oh, damn it. I missed a bluebird flatnose. There's something about this area with these, like I said, there's a high population of Orthodox Jews, and they have obviously their own schools, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, whatever, it's up to them. And they got these old flat nose school buses that I like, which won't be around forever. And actually there's less of them than ever, probably because that's funny. I was just about to say, probably because they're noisy like that. That's really noisy. That's where the internal combustion engine, in my opinion, diesel motors get a 0 when it's become like a hybrid or something like that, and it just sounds like a freaking vacuum. It's not nice. And of course, for you, my God, I did a walking video, I think last year, the year before. I remember walking on the corner, noticing this this school, I guess, or maybe it looked like it could have been a post office. I don't know. There's a lot of steps there, though. Like, it's like, oh no, or is it a church? Or was, I should say. Ooh, it's a zone végétale. It's a vegan zone. It's a vegan zone. Not my kind of zone. I mean, I like vegetables, but I like meat. I like pasta. You know what I mean? I like potatoes. Speaking of which, yeah, today is the 18th of March, by the way. It's the day after, St. Patty's Day. And I'll tell you something right now, when I was younger, I don't know, I think there's something about being in your teens and 20s, and you put a lot of stock in your background. Oh, I'm Greek, I'm Italian, Ukrainian, whatever, Haitian. But to be honest with you, it's come to a point where I have more pride actually in being French Quebecois en roots, which is 70%, and the Irish is really 30%. Because what are the Irish should really be proud of? What, to swear a lot too much? To be sometimes even have a hot temper a lot of times? My father had a bad temper, you know? Where do you think I got my temper from? Oh my God, my dad, holy cow. But he was such a great guy though. It just goes to show you nobody's perfect. Yeah, after school, it's getting close to 5 o'clock. Hey, that's nice, I like this. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, getting close to 5 o'clock, getting close to quitting time for a lot of people. Boy, this building, look at the way it is with those bay windows. Reminds me of San Francisco. Oh boy, if I ever had the money, I'd go back there. Maybe not too quickly actually, because California is experiencing an exodus right now, and people are leaving California because, well, for one thing, it's of course a disaster waiting to happen, right? An earthquake, the big one, 8.0, whatever. And then of course there is the high cost of living, which is astronomical compared to here. Then of course there's the people who are mental cases, homelesses, crime is way up. So California ain't so California as it used to be, you know? Yeah. I didn't realize that was such a long walk actually to Park Avenue, but it's right over there. And I've already forgotten what street I'm on. Oh, wait, I didn't even check what street I was on. Did I? No, I didn't. No, you see, now we're back in the Mile End. So you see, you can tell because you see the street signs are the typical shaped rectangular street signs and not the Outremont street signs, which are round. So there we go. Yeah, I forgot we're on Fairmont. How could I forget I'm on Fairmont? You know why? Because frankly, this area looks a lot like NDG, Brooklyn, you know, all these old brownstone places. But I really like this one. Look how authentic that is, eh? The wood and the color. Maybe we're coming up to that famous Walensky's place that I went to one day. I've been there since like 1927 or 28 or something, and I remember I ate a sandwich there once. I don't remember how much it was. It was like it was a weird sandwich. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something bizarre about that place. God, what was it, $5 or something? And it was a salami sandwich. That was a salami sandwich. I think it was founded by a Polish. Yeah, Walensky's Jewish. Yeah, well, it could be Jewish, but it's probably Polish, I think. So it's not many places old like that still left, you know. I mean, there's just every year there's less and less places that are old as hell as restaurants, because people get old, they die, they get fed up, they want to retire. It is what it is, you know. It's just unavoidable. You know, it's like all these old gas-guzzling, earth-curling vehicles that I love. I don't care what they are. Doesn't matter if it's a Renault 5 or a Buick Electra. There's always going to be less and less of them, because if they're not taken care of, they're not inside, they're going to rust, disintegrate, get into car accidents, get hit by a tornado, flooded, on fire, whatever. So these things happen, man. It's just part of life, unfortunately. Oh boy, I'm pretty beat right now. I have to say, I think I'm gonna see if I can find a bench somewhere and take a break. Like I said, I walked all the way from Laurier Metro, you know. It's actually nice too to be out and you're not freezing your ass off, you know. And I'm actually wearing my shoes, and that's great, man. Living's good. I mean, it's not really warm, but compared to the winter we've had, and like I said earlier, I think if I mentioned it, that God, it was a month ago where, Jesus Christ, it was like 80 centimeters of snow everywhere. There were still sidewalks that weren't even plowed. It was just annoying to walk it. It was horrible. Yeah, there's a bench right there. I always call this Park Avenue because that goes to show what a true Anglo I am, because this street is, in my opinion, and was always called Park Avenue. It's not Avenue du Parc. If you're French, it's Avenue du Parc. But to me, and probably a lot of people around here, it's Park Avenue. Because Park Avenue sounds right. Park Avenue sounds New York. Well, boys and girls, I could stay longer, but oh, look at that. There's an ex-police Explorer. Unfortunately, those vehicles are not as cool as I thought they were. They look cool, they ride well, but they're not great in terms of the quality. Old Mazda 6. Yeah, I thought about sitting there, but it's still a bit too cold to be sitting a long time there. It'd be better off on the other side of the street in the sun. But anyway, actually, I want to wrap this up. You know, I figure then I'll just take a good long bus ride somewhere. Maybe I'll walk to Saint Laurent Street and take the 55. I thought about continuing the video walking east here on Fairmont Street. I figured I'll do that some other time. I want to go down a block on Park Avenue. I like this street. I don't find it gets a good reputation. I don't know what it is. Nobody ever talks about this street. Everybody's Saint Catherine and Saint Denis and Saint Laurent and all these places, but I like the vibe of this street. Something different about it. Something old school about it. All the buildings are old, you know. All these little restaurants. But unfortunately, every time I walk down this street, I noticed, I guess because of COVID, there's quite a few businesses going over. What the hell happened to this place, man? What an eyesore. Looks like it's ready for the friggin' wrecking ball there. It looks like they're going to redo the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, look at this hero here with his Palestine flag. Yeah, make sure you don't get hit by a car with that flag there, right? Make sure your flag doesn't fall into somebody's car, actually. Jesus, Murphy. But then again, despite what I just said, it's a free country, man. If you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, you can pretty much do what you want, I guess, no matter. Because that is weird, honestly. You're not at a freaking protest rally here, you know? And, you know, it's actually kind of weird to see that, because I saw in the news today that unfortunately looks like Hamas didn't release prisoners like they were supposed to, so Israel bombed the shit out of them, and it's just what it is, man. Well, they're always going to be at war with Arab countries. It's just nothing new. It's nothing new, and it's always going to be like that, unfortunately. I don't know. I heard a comedian one time, he said, what do you expect, man? You're in the desert, for Christ's sake. It's dry and hot all the time. You don't think people are going to get pissed off? Think about that, you know? It's like when I heard somebody said to me, it's like, oh, the reason why, you know, a lot of black people, they're not quick, you know, they're slow. Well, yeah, of course. Look at the countries they're from. All those countries they're from, it's hot as hell, man. Do you move fast when there's a hot spell here, when there's a freaking heat wave and the humidity is like freaking 45 Celsius? No. You can see this used to be a theater. For sure that was a theater before. All right, so if memory serves me correct, yeah, right back at Laurier. We're going to go down a bit on Laurier here. We're going to walk on down towards my favorite fire station. There you go, that's perfect. That's the perfect place to end this video, actually, is at that fire station. Why? Because it's one of the oldest fire stations in this city. It's still being used, which is amazing, actually, because a lot of fire stations closed because, like a lot of things in life, they just became run down, dilapidated, and too expensive to fix, or not worth to fix, and they were turned into whatever, libraries or something. But yeah, fire station still kicking. That's station 30 on the corner of Laurier and Saint Laurent. The girl next to me, she's smiling. I still got it. Oh man, this mural, you know what, mural is amazing. I walked up here before, right? I was walking up here before, like I said, from the metro, from the Laurier metro, and I remember I filmed for a few seconds in my random clips video this mural right here, I think last winter, but I think it was a crappy day. But it's such a beautiful mural. It's so amazing. Oh no, they're responding right now. Are they coming this way? Oh, wait, are they responding, or is it the pumper coming back? Oh, I don't know. But look at that mural. Look how beautiful that is. I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not stressing it. No, I think that fire truck's probably coming back. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so visually impaired. I just see the lights flashing in the distance, so I don't know. Yeah, and there's something else on this street I'm going to show you guys too, which is really cool. And there's nothing else like it in the city, as far as I know. And it actually represents also how back in the day, like any town, any city, cars were everything, right? All the cars were made here, all the parts were made here. People did their work with pride. Things were made to last. Parts were made to last. The quality of resources used were better because, again, they were made here, and there was probably less of a damn given about making a buck or two, you know. Whereas all these cars, you know, like, yeah, they're, oh, you know, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother, man. I think it's right here. Let's see. Whoa, vintage, rocking the vintage 70s Honda or something. I don't know. No, that's not it. Well, I hope I didn't pass it. Oh, I hope I didn't pass it. No, I don't think I passed it. All right. We'll check the old battery here, because right now it's at, I don't know, 8%. So it's not like it beeps or anything when it stops recording, eh? So look at that, nice clean windows. Yeah, I know it's coming up here. Check out this place here, eh? All freaking gutted out. Eh? Probably going to make some condominiums. You know what I'm saying? Not keeping track of the side streets here, eh? Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, here we go. L'Esplanade. Oh, Esplanade. Yeah, yeah. I actually used to work on this street at the corner of Cremazy. And I don't like those buses. When I worked 2.5 years at the City St. Hubert Barbecue Chicken, and we're a great group of people I worked with, and they had a nice family feel to it. Not too big of a place or anything. Small call center. Supermarché Raman. I think it's this building here. Like I said, that has this leftover amazing, not a relic, but sign of the past. There it is. Studebaker Motor Cars. Excuse me, Studebaker Motor Cars. Studebaker was actually one of the oldest car companies that ever existed. They dated back, I think, to like 1860 or something, or 59. They actually started making freaking bicycles, and then they got into cars in the 1900s, and they unfortunately went belly up. By 1963, there were no more Studebakers made in the States, but they continued making Studebakers, oddly enough, in Ontario until '66. So this is really incredible that it's still here. I mean, look, like I said, you know, we're talking about almost 60 years since these cars were made, and they were really, you know, towards the end, even you know, they really concentrated more on economy cars, because that's all they were able to sell. They were not able to compete with the big three, you know, the Ford, GM, Chrysler, or even American Motors, actually. So yeah, slowly coming to the end here, because like I said, I'm pretty tired. If I had more energy right now, I'd keep this up, and I'd keep going to wherever, but I'm not feeling it now. It's I'm not like I used to be, man. I would go on for hours walking and not break for long enough. Now I get tired, and that's it. I stop, go sit somewhere, go get a drink or something, coffee, or take a bus or metro or something. So, and here we are at St. Urbain Street. Yeah. And right on cue, here comes the 55 on the scrap route. But that's going south. I don't want to go south. I'm gonna go take a block away there on Saint Laurent, take it going north. Yeah. Boy, it's really quiet today and yesterday when it comes to the emergency responses. There's an ambulance there. They're just driving around. They actually have to do that to keep everything lubricated so everything functions correctly. Yeah, it's very, very quiet. I don't know why that is. I guess it's because it's the middle of the month, and they're usually always inundated with more calls by the end of the month or first of the month, you know, related of course to certain checks coming in the first. And I don't feel like going into it. You know what I mean. You know. Fancy. That's cool. See, picking up bay windows. They see this is nicely redone. I'm critical about the whole overuse of black, but it's not terrible. It's not bad. Not bad. The whole brownstone thing is still working there. This is all this whole building was redone. That you can see is the original bricks. This was redone. This is extremely expensive. I can't even imagine how much it costs just to do that one wall. This garage over here, I've often seen old cars here, and I was thinking when I was walking back before, I was thinking about how a few years ago there was a gray 64 Chrysler Windsor parked there, which is really out of context because this garage really specializes in like Fiat Spiders and what did I see else? A BMW 635 CSI. I saw Alfa Romeo Spider, you know, all the popular foreign jobs there. You know what's funny is you see this building on the corner of the street here? That used to be a bank. God, how many banks have folded over the years and like opened somewhere else? They go wherever the money is. Anyway, now it's a pot store, for crying out loud. Imagine that. Check this out. Check this out. There's still a lot of firefighters. Check this out. One guy's driving a pickup. The other's driving a big pickup as well. This one too is not small. This is a very typical thing because, you know, like construction work or something, it's a macho thing, you know what I mean? So they want to have macho type vehicles. But this station is amazing. If I remember correctly, I think it opened in 1930 or something, and you're throwing off my shiz with your music here. Well, I guess that's it, guys. I'm gonna tell you thank you very much for watching, and of course become a member only now if you like what you watch, what you're seeing. And oh my god, this guy's paying me. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.